James Kaufman, World News Report today. Tom Homan announces investigation to represent Illhan Omar for immigration fraud. This week, the lingering allegations over the marital history of Representative Illhan Omar, Democrat from Minnesota, took an ominous step when the border czar, Tom Homan, publicly announced that the government is looking into the matter. Finally, Representative Omar has long denied that she married her brother to gain access and entry into the United States, but the allegations have continued to rage on the internet and among her critics. The real question is whether it is a substantiative case of fraud or defamation. Homan stated that he was investigating whether Omar committed immigration fraud, but also noted that the statute of limitations has been an issue. According to her congressional biography, Omar came to the United States with her family in the 1990s. As we have previously noted, the election of a young immigrant to Congress is, unbelievable. The question arose regarding her marriage to Ahmed Elmi in 2009. Elmi was back in the news this week with posting highlighting his lifestyle as a dirty dandy. So dirty dandy means obviously a non-heterosexual boy toy, I guess, right? Critics charge this as actually not her brother. The couple divorced in 2017 and no DNA evidence has been offered up to support the claim that they are siblings. President Donald Trump and others have been ratcheting up the rhetoric against Omar and the Somali population of Minnesota. Many of us have objected to some of the attacks on Omar as offensive. As has previously been written, a call for foreign-born U.S. citizens to go back to their quote-unquote own countries has been made for decades against foreign-born U.S. citizens. However, such attacks are generally protected speech. The allegation against Representative Omar is not opinion, but it's a statement of facts. Many news organizations have referred to the allegations as quote-unquote debunked and unsupported. In defamation, truth is a defense. The truth of the matter, however, has never been easy to establish. In fairness to Representative Omar, a person should not be in a position having to prove a negative, quote-unquote. It is not her obligation to prove that she is not a fraud or that she did marry her brother or didn't marry her brother. Her critics have never produced compelling evidence to support either claim. Despite years of such statements by various people, Omar has never sued for defamation. It is a curious omission, since a successful lawsuit would dramatically reduce such claims. This would likely, as a public official, also show malice in many of her critics. Conversely, such litigation would expose Omar to a lengthy discovery process regarding her family's immigration history and related issues. Probably the reason she hasn't sued. As a threshold matter, Omar would face a higher standard of proof due to her status as a public official. In New York Times v. Sullivan, the Supreme Court established the actual malice standard, requiring public officials to shoulder the higher burden of proving defamation. Under that standard, an official would have to show either actual knowledge of its falsity or reckless disregard of the truth. That standard was later extended to public figures. Many critics are calling the allegations worthy of investigation. That is certainly protected. However, it is common to see people on television claim that she is married to her brother as a factual statement. Her publication of DNA results would disprove these allegations. There are no allegations of adopted status of her brother. If such evidence exists, it would not be conclusive but compelling for a jury. The question is, why Omar has not elected to bring such a case, given the vast array of choices of potential defendants within the statute of limitations. It's a target-rich environment for a defamation lawyer. Again, Omar refuses to call anyone that said that she married her brother a liar. God bless. We hope that the Trump administration can prove that they are brother and sister, and she can be deported back to Somalia. That would be the ultimate win for America. God bless. Share, subscribe, and always remember that anything's possible in Bizarro World.